Pause your video so you can solve this problem. It's asking about a baseball being dropped from a building, gives you a function, and wants the average velocity from 4 to 6 seconds. To find the average velocity, you would be looking at f of 6 minus f of 4 all over 6 minus 4. Now, plugging in 6 into this function right here gives you 1424. Plugging in 4 into the same function gives you 1744. All of that divided by 6 minus 4. Subtracting those numbers, we'll get negative 320 over 2, which reduces to negative 160, and that is feet per second. The negative because it's going down as it goes from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Today we're going to be looking at velocity at a point, also called instantaneous velocity. So essentially what that means is like how far or how fast is the ball dropping at exactly 4 seconds. Not between 4 and 6 seconds, but right at 4 seconds. Obviously this would be really difficult to calculate because if you want just 4 seconds, it would be like f of 4 minus f of 4 all over 4 minus 4. Well, of course, when you do that, both the top and the bottom would be 0, and that's an indeterminate form. So we can't do that. Now, you can start to think about it like this, though. What if you had f of 4.00000, that many, 1, then minus f of 4, all over 4 point that many, minus 4. This would give you a number, and it would start to get really, really close to the actual speed at that time. Now, what this formula shows you here is pretty much the same idea of that, where like t is 4, but then h is just a little bit above that. And then we're looking at the limit as this function approaches 0, meaning that these numbers become closer and closer and closer until they're almost the exact same number, and just seeing what it would approach. So the way we're going to do it today is actually start plugging in very, very close numbers like this, and then we'll work from there. So this problem now is looking for the instantaneous velocity at exactly 5 seconds. So in order to do this, I'm going to pick numbers that are really, really close to 5. Like, for example, f of 5.00001 minus f of 5. And that will, of course, be over 5.00001 minus 5. Now let's plug them in and see what we get. Now you can see exactly how close these things are. They're very, very similar. And one other important thing to note is since we added the 0.00001, when you subtract that, that's the difference you're looking at. Remember, we ideally want to minimize that and make it as close to 0 as possible. So now, let's subtract and divide. When you subtract and divide, you actually end up getting negative 160 feet per second. This was the same answer as our brain starter, but in that case we really just got lucky. It's the idea that this accelerates at a constant rate, and we picked 4 and 6. If we picked numbers that weren't the same on both sides, it wouldn't work out the same way. But in this case, yeah, 160 feet per second going downward is pretty much the instantaneous velocity of the baseball at 5 seconds.